There is a hormone inside your body that controls how fast you age, not your genetics, not your workouts, not even your diet alone. This one hormone decides how quickly your skin thins, your fat stores grow, your energy fades, and your brain slows down. And here's the part most people don't realize. By the time you hit your 40s, that hormone has already dropped dramatically. By your 60s, it's barely there. It's called Human Growth Hormone, or HGH. And most people think once it's gone forever. That's not true. Section 1. The big lie about HGH. You've probably heard of HGH before, maybe from athletes, maybe from celebrities, maybe from those anti-aging clinics. And the message is always the same. If you want more HGH, you need injections. Expensive, complicated, and in many cases, illegal. So people assume if they're not injecting it, they're stuck, aging, slowing down, losing muscle, gaining fat. But here's what most people never get told. Your body already knows how to make HGH perfectly, naturally, and in the exact doses you need. The problem isn't that your body can't make it. The problem is you've been living in a way that shuts it off. Section 2, what HGH actually does. Let's understand this clearly, because once you see what HGH really does, everything starts to make sense. HGH is your body's repair and regeneration signal. When it's high, your body starts pulling energy from stored fat, not from constant food intake. Fat cells begin to open and release fuel. Your brain becomes sharper. Your mood improves. Your focus returns. Your muscles repair faster. Your bones stay stronger. Your skin holds its structure longer. Even your metabolism changes. Instead of short bursts of energy, you get something much more powerful, sustained energy, the kind that doesn't crash. Now compare that to what happens when HGH is low. Fat becomes easier to store and harder to burn. Muscle slowly disappears. Your energy becomes unpredictable. Your thinking slows down, and your body begins to look older than it actually is. This isn't just aging. This is low HGH physiology. Section 3, the dangerous shortcut. So naturally, people try to fix this. They go for injections. And on the surface, it seems logical. If I have less HGH, I'll just add more. But the body doesn't work like that, because when you inject HGH, you're not restoring balance. You're forcing a signal at the wrong time, in the wrong way, and the body reacts. Too much HGH in adults can lead to aggressive mood swings, skin problems like acne, abnormal bone growth, especially in the face, hormonal imbalances, even changes in reproductive health. This isn't optimization. This is overstimulation. It's like revving an engine without control, and eventually something breaks. So the goal isn't to add HGH artificially. The goal is to turn it back on naturally. Section 4, the real switch. Now here's where things get interesting, because your body already has a built-in system to increase HGH. No injections, no drugs, just one biological trigger, fasting. And I know, the moment people hear that word, they hesitate, because fasting sounds like starvation, low energy, hunger, struggle. But that's not what real fasting feels like when it's done correctly. Here's what actually happens. When you stop eating for a period of time, your body runs out of incoming fuel, so it has to switch sources. It goes from burning glucose to burning stored fat, and to make that switch efficiently, your body increases HGH, because HGH does two critical things. 1, it opens fat cells. 2, it releases energy for use. Without HGH, fat stays locked. With HGH, fat becomes fuel. This is why fasting isn't just about eating less. It's about changing your hormonal environment. Section 5, why most people fail fasting now. Here's the mistake most people make. They try to fast while still eating a high-carb diet, and that's a disaster, because when your body is dependent on sugar, removing food doesn't create balance. It creates chaos. Blood sugar crashes. Cravings spike. Mood swings hit hard, and within hours, they give up. So they conclude, fasting isn't for me. But the truth is, they prepared their body the wrong way. To unlock HGH properly, you need to shift your metabolism first. That means moving into a fat-adapted state, where your body is comfortable using fat as fuel. This is why a ketogenic style approach becomes powerful. Higher healthy fats, lower carbohydrates, stable blood sugar, and something important happens. Hunger decreases naturally, not because you're forcing discipline, but because your hormones are stabilizing. Section 6, the one meal shift. Once your body adapts, then comes the real transition, moving toward one meal a day. And this is where things change dramatically, because now you're not constantly feeding the body, you're giving it space, time, opportunity to activate deeper systems. But here's the key most people miss. That one meal must be enough. You eat until you are truly satisfied, not restricted, not controlled, satisfied. Because when you reach true fullness, your body receives a signal. There is no shortage. And that allows it to confidently go longer without food. From there, you begin to notice something unusual. You're not hungry when you expected to be. Hours pass, sometimes even a full day, and your energy stays stable. This is where HGH begins to rise more consistently. Section 7, the fasting window effect. The longer the gap between meals, the stronger the HGH signal becomes, not instantly, but progressively. At first, maybe 16 hours, then 18, then 24, and in some cases, even longer. And during this time, your body is not shutting down. It's becoming more efficient. Fat is being used. Cells are being repaired. Energy is being stabilized. And HGH is quietly doing its job in the background. This is why people report clearer thinking, better mood, increased energy, improved body composition, not because they're eating less, but because their hormones are working differently. Section 8, small tools, big difference. Now let's be practical, because this isn't just theory. There are simple tools that make this easier. One of them is salt. Yes, salt. When you fast, your body excretes more electrolytes, and low salt can feel like hunger, fatigue, headaches, weakness. A small amount of salt can stabilize that. And suddenly, what felt like hunger disappears. Another tool? Stay busy, because boredom triggers eating habits more than hunger does. Section 9, redefining hunger. One of the most powerful shifts you can make has nothing to do with what you eat. It has everything to do with how you understand hunger. Because most people have never actually experienced real hunger. What they experience is habit, conditioning, a lifetime of eating based on time, not need. So let's separate the two. Real hunger is quiet. It doesn't rush you. It doesn't panic your system. It builds slowly and over time. There's no urgency, no anxiety, no emotional pull. It's simply a signal, a gentle message from your body saying, fuel would be useful now. But habitual hunger? That's completely different. It shows up fast. It feels intense. And it often has nothing to do with energy. It's triggered by the clock, by seeing food, by stress, by boredom, by routine. You walk past the kitchen and suddenly you're hungry. It's lunchtime, so you eat. You're watching something and feel the need to snack, not because your body needs fuel, but because your brain expects it. This is where most people stay stuck. They respond instead of observing. They react instead of choosing. But when you begin fasting, when you give your body space between meals, something interesting happens. You start to see these patterns clearly. You feel the wave of hunger rise. And instead of immediately answering it, you pause. And in that pause, you realize something powerful. Not every hunger signal needs a response. Some signals pass. They fade just as quickly as they appeared. And when that happens, you begin to regain control. Because now, you're no longer being driven by impulse. You're making decisions with awareness. And that shift alone changes everything. Section 10, the long-term effect over time. This process begins to reshape your body from the inside out, not through force, not through restriction, but through adaptation. Your metabolism becomes flexible. Instead of depending on constant food intake, your body learns to switch between fuel sources, glucose when needed, fat when available. Your energy stabilizes. No more spikes, no more crashes, just steady, reliable output. The kind of energy that lasts through the day, without constant refueling. Your relationship with food changes. You're no longer controlled by timing. You're no longer eating out of habit. And slowly, your reliance on constant meals begins to disappear. But the deeper change is happening at the hormonal level. Your HGH levels begin to function the way they were always meant to, not artificially elevated, not overstimulated, not forced from the outside, but naturally responsive, activated when your body needs it, working with your system, not against it. And over time, this creates a completely different internal environment, one where your body is repairing instead of just storing, adapting instead of declining. So if you've been told that aging is just a slow, unavoidable process, that low energy is something you have to accept, that gaining fat is inevitable, that your hormones are beyond your control, it's time to question that, because your body is not broken. It's responding to the signals you give it every single day. And when you change those signals, you change the outcome. HGH is not something you need to inject. It's something you need to unlock. And sometimes the most powerful change doesn't come from adding more, but from creating space and allowing your body to do what it was designed to do all along. I'm Dr. Sean Dozbo, and now you understand how to do HGH right.